Hello dear students and welcome back to my channel. Students, today's video is very essential, very important because we are going to discuss many things regarding your exams, major mistakes done by students in the exams, recounting, re-verification, supplementary exams and results as well, and I'll also share my experience. First, let us discuss the major errors made by students. First is disorganization of answers. So, despite repeated instructions, students mix up their answers by not following the prescribed order. So, section A, B, and C, all answers students have mixed up. For example, in section A, which has three parts, students write part 1, then insert unrelated grammar content or passages before completing the rest of the answer. This jumbled approach makes it very difficult for teachers to calculate marks accurately. Then is the impact on grading. Because the students have mixed up the answers, so all the answer script answers are disorganized, and that's why the complete process of marking each section correctly becomes complicated. It's very hectic for the teachers to ensure that every section and the subpart receives the correct marks. Students did not prepare adequately for the exams. The answers were inappropriate, even there were many spelling mistakes and errors found in the papers. In comprehension passages, that was bit number 4 and 5, students have significantly copied the whole passage without even reading the passage or trying to understand it, which was very disappointing to read as a teacher. While talking about specific areas of difficulties, question number 10 and question number 11 were major challenges because most of the students were failing to answer these bits correctly. Even in the bit where phonetic transcriptions were supposed to be changed into correct English spellings, students have actually written wrong spellings, means the words are right and the spellings are wrong. Still, the teachers have leniently given marks to them. Some students have written bit numbers outside the margin and some inside the margin. Again, that also creates a problem. Always you must write the main bit numbers outside the margin and sub numbers can be written inside. Now let me explain you the process through which you can understand the paper evaluation. Teachers are also humans and even they can conduct mistake during corrections. So for the smooth functioning of the examination corrections, after the teachers correct the papers, teachers are nothing but the AEs, that is the assistant examiner, who correct the answer scripts. So after the teachers correct the papers, the chief examiner cross-checks the papers. Then finally the scrutinizer does the final checking of errors, rectifies errors. So what is the role of an AE? AEs are teachers who evaluate the papers. They put the marks on the answer script and the OMR sheet. So awarding the marks is completely the decision of the AE. The scrutinizer cannot question the marks awarded by the AE. For example, the teacher correcting the answer, that is AE, gives 2.5 marks for an answer and writes the same on the OMR sheet. The scrutinizer cannot ask why it wasn't given 3.5 marks. The scrutinizer only checks for tallying between the inside and outside marks. So the teachers usually get around 30 to 45 papers for correction. So it completely depends on them how many bundles they want to do within a day. Now, what is the role of a scrutinizer? Scrutinizer is a person who checks all the questions bitwise, whether the marks are given properly for each section, each bit or not. They ensure that the marks inside the paper match the marks outside on the mark sheet. They rectify totaling or bubbling errors but cannot change the teacher's evaluation. Means whatever marks the paper corrector has given, that is the AE or the teacher, those marks cannot be changed. So after checking everything, the OMR sheet's bottom part is signed by the chief examiner, and then the scrutinizer tears off the bottom parts of the OMR sheets. The torn parts are collected and submitted. The scrutinizer's role is essential and crucial because they rectify errors and solve student mark issues. The scrutinizer handles over 195 papers per day, making the role demanding and vital. So if 6 examiners are correcting the papers, then all sets are checked by scrutinizer only. The final check is done by the scrutinizer. Now, what is the role of the CE, that is Chief Examiner? First, they will check the papers corrected by the AEs, that is the teachers. After that, the scrutinizer checks all the papers and then the CE will sign the papers. As I told you, the bottom part is signed by the CE. Now, during this evaluation process, even teachers can do mistake while correcting the papers. In some places, they may give extra marks, or in some places, they may reduce the marks accidentally. For example, a teacher gave 5 marks inside for bit number 1, 2, and 3. Okay? But on the OMR sheet, where the marks are supposed to be written, there she has written 2 marks for each. Now, this is a major mistake that the scrutinizer needs to rectify. Next is the correction procedure, where the scrutinizer rectifies the errors, informs the teachers to change the marks, then the teacher tallies the total marks again from outside and same on the OMR sheet. Only when everything is correct, the scrutinizer signs the paper, puts the total marks, and also checks the student-wise marks bubbling to ensure the teacher bubbled the marks correctly. Next is bundle checking and variations. Each bundle contains 15 to 16 sets of student papers. After checking all the papers in a bundle, the scrutinizer checks the main sheet on top of the bundle. The scrutinizer verifies whether the marks on the answer scripts match the marks on the main sheet. Then she totals all the student marks and confirms the tally. If everything matches, the scrutinizer signs the main sheet. Each bundle contains a different set of papers. The total number of papers in a bundle varies based on the number of students in the class. Some bundles may have 195 papers, some may have 123 papers. The bundle size depends on the number of children per class. Next is OMR sheet and bubbling. In every OMR sheet, the marks bubbling is very essential. When marks are uploaded online, the bubbling is scanned. The computer generates the results based on the marks in the bubbling. Therefore, accurate bubbling is crucial to avoid errors in the final result. Results are uploaded through bubbling. Then, fair marks verification. The scrutinizer ensures no student marks are lost or inflated. For example, a student scores 24 marks in section B and C combined. However, the teacher mistakenly awards 28 marks outside on the OMR sheet. The scrutinizer identifies and rectifies such errors. He or she informs the teacher to adjust the marks. The whole total is recalculated. Now, workload and process. The scrutinizer fully checks one bundle before moving to the next. In a day, a scrutinizer checks around 200 papers. Then no leave policy. During the 17 to 20 days of the entire evaluation process, teachers cannot take leave. It is mandatory for the appointed teachers to attend and complete the paper evaluation. In the English paper, most of the students score 77 marks. Teachers commonly award 3.5 marks per answer. No student receives 4 marks because no answer is flawless. Minimum pass marks in English is 28. Now, responsibilities and consequences. Ultimate responsibility of the scrutinizer. The scrutinizer has the final responsibility for rectifying all the errors. Even if a teacher or CE skips errors, the scrutinizer must catch them. Then, what are the consequences of missing errors? If the scrutinizer fails to recognize errors, they are held accountable during re-verification process or recounting of papers. The scrutinizer is issued a challan fine and must pay money for failing to rectify errors. They can even get suspended in some cases. For example, in 2019, a scrutinizer was suspended along with the examiner. A student who was supposed to get 99 marks was mistakenly awarded 00 marks due to the wrong bubbling. This happened only during COVID. After COVID, the system improved with CCTV monitoring and repeated checking, reducing such errors. The leniency of checking of answers by teachers. Teachers are lenient during the checking to help students pass. Even if students write improper answers, they are often passed. Teachers ignore spelling mistakes and award marks based on the length of the answer, relevant information regarding the lesson, summaries. Minimum marks for basic answers are 2.5, and for proper answers you'll get 3.5 marks. Even perfect answers do not get 4 marks. Now let us discuss about your results, supplementary exams and revaluation. First, your results. Last year the results were declared in the month of April on 24th April at 11 a.m. This year also the results can be declared on the same date, but it is tentative. It completely depends on the completion of correction of papers. But most probably you can expect the results in the last week of April. If not, if there is a delay, only then in the first week of May. So once your results are declared, you can opt for supplementary exams, revaluation or reverification in the month of May. Dates will be announced for that. But I suggest you students don't go for revaluation or reverification simply. Be 100% sure that you will get more marks, only then apply for it, otherwise not. Because just for recounting the marks, the cost is rupees 100, and for revaluation along with a scanned copy, it is 600 rupees. So until and unless you are perfectly sure that you'll get more marks, don't apply and waste your money. Right now, the summer vacation is going on for intermediate first year students. The second year classes will resume from 2nd June. Last but not the least, respect and gratitude. Students must respect their teachers. Teachers work hard throughout the year guiding and supporting students. During vacations, while students enjoy holidays, teachers spend their time correcting papers. Even during Ramadan, fasting teachers dedicate themselves to the students. Students must show gratitude and respect for their teachers' efforts. At least basic respect everyone deserves, students.